Hello everyone and welcome to this video that I needed to get out. I decided editing it would not be the best, but this just means that you're going to hear my voice. You won't be seeing gameplay, but I wanted to talk about the entirety of what's changing and what's the same. So let's start with what's changing. So the recording and streaming schedule are going to be that. And this is more neutral stuff. I'm going to get into the good and bad. And next week there will be some stuff that I put out, but I'm going to talk about that in a bit. So let's start with the new schedule since that's the most neutral of the things. So for videos, Mondays are going to be consistently Minecraft still. That's not changing. It'll stay weekly and well, it'll be weekly again because for a little bit I haven't been uploading or streaming, and there's a little bit to that, but I'll get into that a little bit later. Wednesday, I might alternate Total Miner and Cosmic Reach since those are two indie like games that are very similar to Minecraft in terms of that. And Cosmic Reach has survival now, so I'm going to try to see how that is and see if I enjoy it currently. And I'm going to just basically make some update adventures type thing where it's like for Cosmic Reach, but it's going to be a bit slower and it's going to be how things go. I'll be basically playing the latest version. I'll be updating the document. Well, that not document, but I'm going to make a Google download thing. Basically with all the files of Cosmic Reach that I do have, which is most of them. So let's start with also Phasmophobia. That's going to be happening. It's been like up in the air. Uh, I will say Pokemon, like the Why No One Uses. That series is going to actually come back. Don't worry. I'm going to do. It's different from Vars started doing why no one uses, the thumbnails are why no one plays, even though it's why no one uses in the case of Pokemon, because you use Pokemon, you don't technically play as, because it's not the same as like Smash or his typical things. So he did plays at first, and his title for his most recent thing was Umbreon. I'm not doing Umbreon next. It's going to be Cyclizar. Uh, I've been off and on, like, even that image that I found, I purposefully posted it to kind of tease it, but then I just didn't have the video ready and didn't have the thumbnail ready. I just kind of have been hinting at certain things. But I don't know if people have noticed my hints in my images. So, like, there's been things in the community posts, whenever I've posted an image, there's been things in the images. I'll confirm that. Like, or the image itself is meant to tease in some way. But uh you can look, you'll find stuff in the images outside of like the Cyclozar one, which is with Misty and all that. That one was actually just, oh, I find this like, I was being honest with what I liked about it, but it was a teaser at the same time. Like, there were two things to that. But basically, the why no one uses Cyclozar in Terra Raid battles. Uh, that's going to be posted as soon as I actually have it fully prepped. It'll probably be early next month. Uh, but what I'm going to do is basically, if I upload that and it's on a day where something else would normally be uploaded, it might get uploaded earlier, or the upload for that day might be pushed back a week if it's just I didn't have time to record the other thing. So that's going to be how that series goes. And then I've got stuff recorded for the second channel that I've mentioned a few times. I just need to edit it. And let's get into more of the streaming schedule. Like, I'm going to be streaming possibly on Mondays. Fridays are pretty much guaranteed right now. And if I have Saturdays off, 2 streams that day. It'll be a morning and a night stream. But they'll be different things. And I'm going to be streaming on more platforms. Like, I know people want to watch people on Kick, and some people have said, "Oh, I'll watch you on Kick," and yeah, it's I do have like 1 follower last I checked on Kick, but that's just because I hardly streamed on Kick. So I'm gonna start streaming on Kick, and I'm going to still stream on Twitch and YouTube because it's allowed. Like, you can multi-stream, and I'm glad about that. But basically, those 3 days are probably going to be it unless I'm able to get more days. Like, if I can stream on a Wednesday, I will. But with how my current schedule is, streaming on Wednesday probably will not happen. Now, as to start with, like, other things, Phasmophobia, I plan to upload probably Saturdays, maybe another thing on Saturdays too, but I'll let you know. Now, the second channel's upload schedule, I won't say here because I don't have a definitive time frame that'll get that, but you might see those uploads starting early next month. I'll make a community tab post whenever the second channel's up, and it's not going to be like this one. That's why it's on a second channel, as I want to keep tonal consistency between each channel. Like, the second channel is going to be more goofy. We're going to just basically, like, I'm going to be playing with friends. It's going to be goofy, or I might be having like some fun gameplay on like videos. That's pretty much the idea. It's not meant to be like this informative channel or like casual gameplay experience that has knowledge, which I did find out. uh I've been doing the crafting recipe for fences wrong. I've been thinking of the modern crafting recipe. I saw some gameplay and I was like, oh, it's fences are 6 sticks in old versions. So that's kind of like one thing that I forgot, and I'm used to modern versions, as a lot of people can think, because I would think, oh, it's 2 planks, 4 sticks. Of course, that would make sense, but with fences in old versions, it's like that. But that's all besides the point. And that's just kind of how things are right now. I want to get the upload schedule to be consistent. I'll let you know how things go. I'm going to try to do all of that. Obviously, there's going to be some more uploads on throughout the week that might just not have a set day, but I want just the days I want uploads to go at least guaranteed Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and even Saturday. I want 4 uploads a week, basically, on those days. Now, as for, like, let's get into the good before the bad. So, things for that are good are pretty much, obviously, I've mentioned a more consistent upload schedule, pretty much. Community streams are probably coming back if Saturdays are open on the mornings, and I'm gonna start doing more different things. And yeah, I'll basically make a post on what I'm doing uh, from here on, and then let's see. There's not a lot to talk about that's good, and yes, I do know about the stuff that. Let me think. There's more. I'm just like, what else was there? Because I'm not gonna mention like some things on good because they benefit just me. I'm looking for the good to be some stuff that benefits you. So this is just my general thoughts. But I might as well get into the stuff that is going wrong and not good. So like the zombies map for Minecraft that I've been working on, that I've shown 2 screenshots for. I've been having some issues that I kind of need somebody to help me with, unless I can find a tutorial on how to do it. But it's more redstone slash command oriented. So if somebody is able to handle something like that, I wouldn't mind you getting in contact with me or coming to my Discord, messaging me, saying, hey, I can help with a lot of things on Redstone or for like Bedrock specifically. Like Java, if somebody wants to create my map on Java, I will I'll let you guys do it, but basically it'll be under the same circumstances I mentioned in a bit. But I've just been having trouble with some redstone and command stuff that I personally just am struggling with. It's my own struggles, and I know the other people that I work with on the maps are not as skilled at redstone as I am. So it's kind of like, okay, I know where everyone's skill set is, and so I'm kind of at a point where it's like, okay, this might end up delaying the map some, but like the general map design and stuff like that is okay. It's like most stuff for the map gameplay wise is fine. There's just one thing I want to implement that I'm struggling to get implemented because redstone in Bedrock I'm not as good with. I'm actually better with stuff that involves quasi connectivity from like Java, and like the Legacy Console Edition, if you've played it, has quasi connectivity. Like a lot of people don't know that console and Java have the same redstone. Well, not Bedrock, not console, Legacy Console, not Bedrock, I should say. So it's just kind of like, oh, I'm better at this kind of redstone than this kind, and it's rough. And so it's going to potentially lead to a delay if I have to find a way that is more jerry rigged in my eyes, because I don't want to make it just not feel correct. And basically the problem is that the current redstone setup doesn't allow me to do what I need to. And that's the issue. Is I'm I'm struggling with like timer stuff that leads to certain commands activating, and I noticed that lag. But basically, it's that kind of issue. As for the and that's really all the bad that I can really talk about right now. Like there is other stuff that's progressing fine, and it's partially why I've just not been getting uploads done is I've been trying to figure out how to fix the issue or get the thing working that I want. And that's really what the biggest delay is coming from. As for the stuff that you might enjoy, like let's say we go through and look at some of the stuff that's more good than bad, I'd say like looking at everything. Uh, I'm just lost in thoughts at this point. I'm getting lost in that. But basically, the good is that not good. But there's other things that I want to talk about, like a Patreon. Like I am working on setting stuff up. Expect that really like August 1st ish to be fully ready. And the zombies map that I mentioned will be one of the things that early access is going to be locked behind that. And that's just going to be early access. I might even put the, if somebody does a Java version of it and wants to work with me on a basis of trying to make consistency between both Java and Bedrock's like stuff, go ahead and just message me privately on Discord and we can start working on porting that into Java because I've been building it in Bedrock. And apparently it's easier to build in Java than port to Bedrock itself than to do it the other way around. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. We can still do it and just port it to Java, spawn room and all that. And we'll see how the differences in Redstone creates differences there. But basically, I want to just introduce another thing with Java itself. Well, not Java itself, with Minecraft itself. Like the project that I'm mentioning there, I might even make like certain content a week ahead of time and post it there, or even unedited versions of some of my Cosmic Reach stuff. I might do that. I'm still getting the details like sorted, so pretty much early access content will be locked behind a small paywall. Small. Like $1 to $2 small. I'm not going to make you pay like $20 just to get a freaking Minecraft map early. Or I'm not going to make you pay $10 like that one scam that didn't even give everyone the map, which is insane. It's like, oh, you didn't give this person the map until later, and I'm talking like BO3 customs like Danny and all that. I'm not going to do that. I'll give monthly updates to the map, like a monthly version update kind of thing, for the early access. That way, things are transparent. You might see a couple of videos posted on maybe even a third channel just as an update thing. And I'll link, if I do make it a third channel, I'll link it, and that'll be where the YouTube side of the updates for transparency are. So if it gets delayed, I'll let you guys know if the map gets delayed because it was planned for like November-ish. So I've still got like 4 months. Oh, well, not 4 months now because it's about to be August. So more like 3. And there's stuff I still am trying to get working, which is why I'm like, it might not get done. And that's unfortunate. I didn't want that to happen. But because of how things are working out, it may be November. Not November, but next year early that you might see it. So I'm trying to make sure that the early access is at most a year out, but at the same time, if things don't pan out correctly, it may get delayed, which would suck. And if somebody shows me an optimization to some of my redstone, I will implement that if you're able to optimize like redstone. Like I'd prefer people to optimize the redstone if it's like something I'm doing unoptimally. Like the mystery box, don't expect it to be optimal redstone. I am not like one of the masters. Like I don't even color code my stuff sometimes, which could be to the detriment of some people. And if you find it really annoying, I understand. Like there's certain things where the redstone is just not there. So if you're angry about that, understandably, it's fine. there have been updates to the map. Like you remember, like if you look back at the streams, the signs that showed the cost and had text of what the weapon was, that's being changed to item frames, like with like the glow ones, so that you can actually just immediately see the item. But you'll also get a unique thing. I was testing in adventure mode if you could just take it out of the item frame, and you can't in Bedrock. In Java, that might be different, but there's gonna be there's gonna be ways to change that. As for like the Patreon stuff, it's going to currently stay like maybe 2.5, maybe a higher tier if for like future benefits. I'm going to keep a free tier for like a lot of the polls, but if you pay for it, I will let you decide some stuff for certain series or a few other things as well, where I'll ask, hey, what Pokemon do you want me to talk about next for like why no one plays? Or why I mean not why no one plays, why no one uses. Like I've already talked about Iron Hands, I've already talked about I'm talking about Cyclozar soon, and I already talked about Veluza. I know I'm focusing Gen 9 first, but basically, if you want to suggest an earlier generation of Mon from, and I'm talking like for specifically Scarlet and Violet, like later I might go back, talk about the Gen 8 raids and all that, and that'll be that on how it is. I don't know enough on Gen 8 though to kind of talk about Gen 8's rating system because I know how it functions. I know how to do like Dynamax adventures. That's my extent of Gen 8 rating. So if it's like something wrong, I don't know that. And so that's why I'm not talking about Gen 8 raids. But that should at least give you an idea of why I have not done a why no one uses for like Gen 8. But I'm going to focus Gen 9 because one, it's the most recent generation, and two, it's other stuff for it. But yeah, that's kind of the update on that. I'm just kind of looking at the camera and noticing like occasional issues with it, but it should be fine. Uh, but yeah, if you want to make suggestions for like games in the future, just leave them in the comments below, like or say them to me privately on Discord. I don't mind. I'll actually go ahead and do stuff with that. And one of my friends is jumping on Black Ops 3. Um, I might do a recording with him. And I'm going to focus on some collaborative content eventually. Like there are a couple of people who have messaged me in the past, and I might also add one of them into the Why No One Uses because they can talk about the competitive side better than I can. Even though I do have competitive knowledge, I do watch stuff and I do understand how to do IVs and EVs and all that. Problem is that because I don't do as much competitive as like let's say Wolfie VGC or other prominent members within the VGC community of Pokemon, I feel I am not the kind of person to do the VGC side. So if I do get VGC side in there, it's going to be somebody else. They might also do it on their channel, who knows. I'll talk to them about it, see how they feel about it. Because I think they were planning on doing it for their channel, and I wouldn't mind it being on mine, I wouldn't mind it being on theirs. So working that out, uh, I'll just kind of talk with them and we'll see how that goes. Now, as for anything else, expect a few videos of like some other types like me talking like I in the past had made the engagement optimized matchmaking video. You can expect those, but don't expect them constantly. Like I'm not gonna do like the constant drama or anything like that. It's bad for not just your health to focus so heavily on it. Like it's understandable to learn about it. That's fine. It's just I do not find I would think it would be bad for my personal health to just kind of involve myself like that. Even though I do need to occasionally make a stance for a video on those kinds of subjects. And so that's just kind of how it is. Uh, but if there's anything else that does come up, I'm going to try to keep you all updated. And like I said, this video is necessary to be made, and I wanted to just kind of get it out there. But expect more variety, basically. And expect it by the beginning of next month if it doesn't start this month. As I did say I wanted to get stuff like Total Miner, Cosmic Reach, Minecraft. I'm going to do a Bedrock playthrough of stuff like a let's play of that and just kind of show both sides because there's not enough Bedrock creators in terms of survival. Like IBX Toycat and maybe one or two other people are there, and that really is not enough. So I will be making Java and Bedrock videos from here on, and I wanted to say that much as well. I do have like a Bedrock LP that I want to get uploaded, and that's going to be as soon as I can. It's going to be edited. It's going to be edited. Uh, the word that word is a pain. Like you'll see it soon. Let's just leave it at that. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.